much for coming to Dance Fit. Oh my God, amazing work. That's fun. Well, hello everybody. This is Stretch and Recover. My name is Stephanie, and we are going to get started standing up today. So everybody in studio, you're going to need a couple of blocks, potentially. If you have a small Pilates ball, that also is a nice addition to the class. Not necessary, but it does make for some more comfortable positions that we'll do. Standing, however, is best for you on your mat. Tadasana, which is mountain pose. Your feet are going to be hip width distance apart, and then to stand up tall. Going to reach the arms up overhead. Take a deep breath in. And then forward fold, soften your knees. Fingertips come down to the mat and allow your head to hang. Slowly make your way back up to standing, whether you roll up or flat back, what's best for you. Reach the arms up overhead, inhale. Hands come by your sides, exhale. Shoulder rolls, bring them forward and up, back and down. Nice, slow, large movements. And then reverse the circle, going backwards and up. And release. Reach the arms up overhead, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Fingertips to the mat, flat back, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Rise to stand, reach the arms to the sky, inhale. Hands by your sides, exhale. Shoulder rolls. Other direction. Reach the arms up overhead, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Flat back, inhale, lengthening out the spine. Forward fold, exhale. Rise to stand, reach the arms. Hands by your sides, exhale. Just going to stretch the bottom of the feet by lifting one heel and lower down and change. Lower down and change. And change. And change. And change. You're going to take a side bend. You're going to place your right hand in the air, left hand to your hip, and side bend over. And change, reach. Coming back to center, let's go one more time. Reach. And center. And reach, switch. And center, reach the arms up overhead, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Flat back, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Rise to stand, reach the arms to the sky, inhale. Hands come by your side, exhale. Let's stretch the bottom of the feet again, lifting heel at a time. Uh-oh. And switch. Somebody's phone went off. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. Now we're going to add a little rotation. So you're going to turn to your right. I don't know which way I should turn because I got the camera here too. And then open your arms to a T. And then lower. Turn the shoulders now to your left and bring the arms open to a T. Let's go again. Switch, turn, and lift arms. and release, turn, switch, lift arms. Coming back to center, reach the arms up overhead, inhale, forward fold, exhale. Flat back, inhale, forward fold, exhale. Rise to stand, inhale. Arms by your sides, exhale as turn and twist, turn, reach, lift the arms up and lower down, exhale, turn, lift, inhale, and exhale, turn, lift, inhale, arms come down, exhale, turn, lift, inhale, arms come down, exhale, coming back to center, reach the arms up, inhale, interlace the fingers, we're going to side bend, you're going to go up and over to your right, hips are going to move to the left, putting a little bit more weight into your left foot, coming back to center, inhale, side bend, other side. One more time each side, inhale, side bend, and inhale, side bend. Inhale, little mini back bend, forward fold, exhale. Flat back, inhale, forward fold, exhale. Rise to stand, reach up, interlace the fingers, side bend, we're going to move to the right, hips move to the left. Inhale, switch, exhale. Inhale and exhale. And last one, inhale and exhale. Hands are going to come behind you and onto your hips for your back bend. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, elbows go backwards, and gently send the hips slightly forward. Take the chest forward and up. And then come back to center. We're going to round down. So tuck the chin, pull it down, roll it down, belly in strong, roll, fingertips slide down the legs, hands come to the mat. We're going to breathe here. In and out through the nose. Deepen that breath so you can hear yourself breathe, cultivating what's called Ujjayi breathing. And slowly roll back up to standing, pull the belly button in, rounding one vertebra at a time. Nice job. We're going to turn on the mat so that you can widen your stance. Turn your toes out and bend the knees, whichever way you'd like to face. Yeah, face inward. Actually, you want to, we can all like do a little circle here. Yeah. Both knees go out, goddess pose. We're going to take the elbows out to the side and we're going to bring them down a little bit. We're going to bring the hands down towards the thighs, doing a little scarecrow, and then back up to cactus arms. Down to a scarecrow, and then back up. And back down, and up. One more time, down, and up. Straighten the legs, turn the toes forward, parallel. We're going to take a wide-legged forward bend. So if you can, tighten up the thighs, flat back, hinging at the hips. Now, if you've got very tight hamstrings, please put a bend in your knees and bring your hands down to the floor. We're going to take 4 deep breaths here. On the inhale, I want you to lift your head up away from the mat, flattening the back. And on the exhale, you're going to allow your head to sink a little bit deeper. With each breath, maybe you'll get a little further. Here we go. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And one more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Going to make your way back to standing. You can bend your knees to help yourself up or come flat back and bring your legs together. We'll shake out the legs. Next up, you're going to need your blocks for some deep lunging. So you're going to grab your blocks. You're going to come to the top of your mat. You're going to place the hands and the blocks next to your feet. Now, you don't have to have blocks. You can just put your hands down next to your feet, bend your knees. You're going to bring your right leg behind into a lunge. You're going to lower the back knee down. Uncurl the toe. From here, we're going to sit the hips back, stacking it right over your knee. And then you're going to walk the blocks a little closer. I want you to lengthen the leg and the spine. Toes are going to go down on the mat. You're going to bend your knee and then bring your blocks forward. Shift forward, let the hips come forward and down as close to the mat as possible, shoulders up. Let's repeat this. Sitting the hips back, use your strong arms and your blocks to help you. Walk them back to your degree. Legs straight, flat back, best you got. You should feel a pretty intense stretch, maybe down more the side of the leg, maybe the side back of the leg. Could be where you might feel it. And then bring the blocks forward again and bend the knee, allowing those hips to come forward. We're going to change legs. So curl the back toe, lift the back knee, and you're going to step forward. And then change, put the left foot back now. Or if you had the left foot back, change to the right. You're going to lower the back knee down and uncurl that back toe. And you sit your hips back, walk your blocks back as needed, take some of the pressure out, and then try to straighten the leg, keep the spine long. Bellies are in. And then bending the knee, walk the blocks forward, let those hips settle forward, chest is up, maybe even looking forward. And then coming back, blocks where you need them for stability and support, long spine. So I'm not really trying to get my chest down to my leg as much as I'm trying to straighten the leg and create a flat back in this particular one. And then bending the knee, walk the blocks to where you need for support, hips come down. And then coming back to center, bring both knees down onto the mat. Move your blocks to the side, hands come to the floor for cat and cow. Now, if you want, you can put those blocks right underneath your wrist like this to take some of the pressure off the hands and wrists. Take the back bend approach, and then rounding the spine. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. So when you're doing the inhale part, you should have a back bend, your stomach relaxed, and you should be looking forward, creating that swayed back like a horse. And then when you exhale, you're going to start at the tailbone, pull in the belly button like you're doing a sit-up, and then one vertebra at a time, rounding through the spine, and your chin will come in close to your chest. Inhale, starting at the tailbone, one vertebra at a time. Inhale, look forward. And then exhale, rounding the spine, belly in, chin to chest. In and out through your nose, real deep breathing. Even if you like it the opposite way, you can breathe the opposite way than what I had you do. Just make sure it's intentional and steady. Child's pose, toes together, Bring your hips close to your heels best you can. And then rest your forehead either on your mat or onto your arms or hands. Breathe in and breathe out. Begin to allow the shoulders and the neck relax. Hear yourself breathe in and out. Make your way onto your belly. Feet together, heels together, legs straight. And do low cobras. Hands are going to be underneath your shoulders, elbows tucking back and down. And then lift your head and shoulders just a little bit. Inhale. And then lower your forehead to the mat. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Tighten the thighs, tighten the glutes. And exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, release. You're going to keep your big toes together and allow your heels to fall open. Your arms are going to come down by your sides. Turn your head to the right and let your left cheek and ear rest on the mat. And then slowly change, turning your head the opposite way. Using your breath to take any tensions out or any sensations out. Bring your head back to center. Child's pose. Bring your knees close together for this child's pose, as we're going to move into a child's pose side stretch. So you're going to lift your head, walk your hands over to the right of your mat, and reach your left arm straight and long. You can rest your forehead down. So even though I'm reaching over to the right side, I feel like my body is pulling slightly to the left. We're looking for the stretch down the arm, the back of the arm, maybe even down the rib cage, maybe even to your lower back, the QL muscles. Notice your breathing. Notice how you take a deep breath in. It stretches through the rib cage, the intercostal muscles even more. And change. Lift your head, walk your arms, hands over to the left, reach that right arm long. And then gently allow your body to kind of pull away, counter. Head resting. Relax the neck and your jaw. Come back to your breathing. And come back to center, downward facing dog. Lengthening out the legs. So we did, while we were in all that child's pose, you should have felt the sensations in the knees as we restricted blood flow in that area. And now we're opening it back up. Come down to hands and knees as we're going to move into thread the needle. We're going to do a 4-count exercise, meaning that when we get down there, we're not going to stay down until the 4th one. So the right arm is going to reach up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to thread underneath the left arm, bend that elbow and get down low, tap the shoulder, and then we're going to come right back up. Inhale, reach and twist. And then exhale, thread underneath. That's 2. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thread for 3. And this is going to be your last one. Inhale, reach and thread. Now you're going to come all the way down onto that shoulder, right shoulder, and allow the side of your head, the temple on the right side, rest. Your left hand can stay down on the mat to give your neck support. You also have an option of wrapping the left hand behind your back. You can use the strength of your right arm to help open up your chest towards the wall. And release. Coming back to hands and knees, let's do a down dog in between the two. Curl your toes under, lift the hips up. Lower back down to tabletop, hands and knees. Left arm is going to reach to twist. Inhale. Threading underneath, lower down, tap for 1. Inhale, reach, stretch. Thread underneath, 2. Inhale, reach for 3. And inhale, reach for 4. We'll stay here on 4. And right arm, wrap behind your back. And release. Downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet, bending right knee and then left knee and right and left and right and left and last one, right and left. Gonna make your way down to hands and knees. Come down onto your forearms. We're gonna do a puppy pose. So you're gonna keep your hips up in the air and you're gonna allow your chest to come down towards the mat. It's like a little bit like child's pose with your hips up instead of down, and instead of a rounded spine or a flat spine, you're trying to create a little bit of a back bend. Some people can bring their chest down and their chin down to the mat. And release. Come back onto your belly. We're going to go as big of a cobra that is good for you. If you have stenosis, you might want to just stick with the small babies to give your spine strength. But if you have disc herniations or bulges, this is probably a really great one for you to do. So you're going to widen your stance so your feet go wide. Bring your hands a little lower, closer to your lower ribs. You lift your head and shoulders, and then gently use your arms to lift yourself up to your degree. I always feel like I got to move myself just a little bit so I feel super strong there and not pushing into my lower back. Relax your legs, glutes, and belly. All those are relaxed. And then slowly lower back down. Let's give that one more try. Lifting head, shoulders, press. Relax the belly, relax the legs, and lower down. Nice job. Bring your legs back together. You're going to prop up onto your forearms. You're going to reach back for your right foot with your right hand. You can walk your fingers down to the ankle bone, flex your foot. We're looking for a stretch in the front thigh. You're also going to get a stretch in the right shoulder area, in the bicep tendon and bicep. You can stay lifted, or you can come down. You have the option of pointed toe, relaxed foot, or flex foot. Experiment with those and see which one you like the best. Sometimes if you're prone to cramps and stuff, you might find that one position is better than the other for you. And everybody's a little different on that. And release. Prop yourself back up to make it easier to grab. Reach back, grab a hold of your foot, toes, and walk your fingers down until you get to the ankle bone so that you can flex the foot. And then lowering to your degree, if at all. And then experiment again. See if relaxing the foot feels better, or flexing, or pointing. And release. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay on our belly, and we're going to use this block. We're going to roll up into a half frog. So you're going to roll up a little bit onto your side so that you can bring your right knee onto the block right out to the side. From there, you're going to try to get your chest flat again and your hips flat again. The right hip here is not going to really touch unless you're like super limber there. Then your right hip might actually touch down. You're just going to stay here and relax. You can, turn your head. I'm propping my chin. You can prop your forehead. The best you can. We're trying to get the shoulders as flat down, like you're sleeping, flat on your stomach. Getting an inner thigh stretch and hip release, and also a little back release. You want it to be comfortable though, so make sure you're as comfortable as you can be. And breathe. Close your eyes. And then slowly releasing out. We're going to switch to the other side. So move your block out of the way. Roll up. Use the block. Place your knee. And then try to get everything back flat. And rest. Getting your inner thigh muscles, your adducting muscles, hip mobility. Make the block comfortable. And then slowly releasing through your block. We're going to do child's pose with the knees together. So slowly, gently bring your knees in. Take your time, bring your hips towards your heels, best for you. I'm going to bring the elbows close to the knees as well. We're going to now look to round the spine. So spinal stenosis is great for this. It tends to really like this because it's opening up this spot. But if you have disc herniations or bulges, you want to be careful that you're not overdoing that area as you'll be compressing into the discs. But you still want to try to do a little bit of movement. We don't want it to become frozen. So allow the chin to come down, the nose close to your knees. Doing a stretch through the whole spine, through the neck, lower back. And release. We're going to make our way to seated. So we're going to sit in the middle of the mat and face the long edge, bringing the right leg forward and the left leg back into what's called a 90-90 position, meaning that I've got a 90-degree angle in the front and a 90-degree angle best I can in the back. I'm sitting right in the middle of the mat, facing out the long edge. From here, you're going to come down onto the right forearm. Left arm is going to reach up over your ear, and then bend the elbow. Bring your fingers to maybe the middle of your back. Maybe you touch the shoulder. This depends on your flexibility through your shoulder. And then reach the arm up. We're going to do a twist here. So bring the left hand down next to your right, and elbow comes to the mat as well. The more you move your head a little bit to the right, the deeper your stretch will be. You can even move your arms as needed. And slowly release, coming back to center, strong core, strong arms. And we're going to switch the legs. So sweeping left leg behind, bring it to the front. And then the right leg will come behind. 90 degree, 90 degree, best you can. And then come down onto the left forearm. Right arm, reach up over your ear. Bend the elbow. See if you can touch behind. And then reach the arm up. And then bring the right hand down to the left. And see if you can get the right elbow as well. Take your time getting there. And then relax. The belly might be pulled in a little bit for this. You can relax, but a little engagement is not a bad thing. Moving your head further to the left, or even if you need to move your arms a little bit more to the left to deepen through the stretch. We're looking for it to go right through here, the sideways, lower back, maybe even a little bit in the front, side obliques. And then coming back to center. And just sit back forward. You're going to need your ball, so make sure if your ball's far away that you bring it in close. We're going to do a forward fold first. So sit up tall, move any extra cushion. We're going to point the toes and reach forward for the ankles. Once here, we're going to breathe 4 deep breaths. With each breath in, lift up, and with each exhale, allow yourself to sink. Belly button pulls in about 30%. Okay, here we go. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last time, inhale and exhale. Going to the depth that you can. See if you can let your head relax as well. Pull your belly in a little bit more. You're going to slowly make your way onto your back, and we're going to lift the hips up, put the ball underneath the tush. So making your way. Hips come up. Ball goes under. You can also use a block or nothing if you're at home. And then legs go up. Flex your feet. Tighten the thighs. Feel a stretch in your calves, and the Achilles tendons in the feet. Now I want you to wiggle your toes around. Spread them. Maybe you've got the big toe coming forward and then move them around. And now point your toes, pointing at the ankles, pointing at the toes. Flex your feet, open to a wide V. Get an inner thigh stretch. Bring the legs back together. Figure 4. You're going to cross the right ankle over the left side near the knee. And then you're going to bend the left knee. Draw it in towards your chest. So you should feel a stretch through your right hip. What the ball does is creates a little pelvic tilt to help make this an easier, less effort of the arms. Also takes a little pressure out of that lower lumbar area. And release. Both legs come back up. Cross the left ankle. And then bend your right knee. Draw it into your chest. Take your time. Slow and control with balance. See if you can do this with relaxed arms and shoulders. Let's go one more round, both legs up. Cross the right ankle. And then bend the knees in. And release. Both legs up. Cross the left. Draw it in. Both legs up. Flex your feet, open to a wide V. Bring the legs back together. Bend the knees into your chest. Slowly place your feet back down onto the floor. Remove your ball. Go wide with your stance, windshield wipers. So you're going to roll gently and slowly to the right, your feet really wide, and to the left. Looking for a stretch of the front thigh area. Moving at your pace. If there's one side that's a little more tender, you're always welcome to stay on that side. And then coming back to center, heel toe your feet together. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet touch, knees are going to open wide. And then place your arms into cactus. So elbows are bent. Then we're going to slowly move into scarecrow. So moving the hands down, up towards the ceiling and then down to the floor. I can just get barely my fingertips to touch. I really can't get the whole hand or wrist down, so don't force. And then go back up to scarecrow. Doing a little shoulder stretch rotation. And then back to the scarecrow, bringing the fingertips down. So what's happening here is we're doing an external rotation as you bring it into the cactus. And then we're doing an internal rotation at the shoulder to move into the scarecrow. You're going to place the hands back up and onto your belly. Draw your knees in. Draw them into your chest. Wrap your arms on top of your legs. And feel your spine go flat on the back. Flat on the mat. Your neck and head is long and straight. Shoulders away from your ears. Bridge pose. Feet come down. Gently lift up, not too high, just enough to squeeze the tush, resetting the hips and the sacrum, and then slowly lower back down. Extend your legs straight for your final resting pose, Shavasana. Notice the air on your skin. Notice the sounds in the room. Notice your breathing. Deepen the breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Flex your feet, tightening up the thighs. Full body stretch, reach the arms up. Inhale. Pull the right knee into your chest. Exhale. Go ahead and put your hands on top of that shin and draw it in firm. And switching to the other side. Inhale. Exhale. Draw it in. Gently pull and compress. Pull both knees in. Roll over onto your right side. Coming off the spine. Slowly pressing yourself up to seated. Hopefully you feel more stretched out, a little more relaxed, ready to take on the week or weekend for, depending on if you're just starting your week or if you're starting your weekend. Guys, have a wonderful day. It was a pleasure having you again in class. And thanks for all those joining in at home.